Welcome everyone to SlamDunkToTheBeach.com. I'm Scott Klatskin, and day one, session one is in the books, so let's take a look at some highlights from the first three games. 2015 Slam Dunk to the Beach began with Maret School from Washington, D.C. taking on Appoquinimink from the host state of Delaware, and it didn't take long for the two top-rated players to get going. Luka Garza, ESPN's 25th ranked center in the 2017 class, started the scoring off with a triple. He would lead all first quarter scorers with 9. Not to be outdone, ESPN's 25th ranked shooting guard in the 2017 class, Miles Cale, tested these Cape Henlopen rims. Look out below. Appo would lead after 1 thanks to 8 from Cale. Cale would add 5 more in the second quarter, and the Jaguars would lead 34-25 at the half. Garza and Cale would go back and forth as the third quarter got underway, each keeping pace with the other. Garza would have 22 and Cale 21 after 3 quarters of play, but Appo took a 10-point lead into the fourth. Head coach Chuck Drizel, son of the legendary Lefty Drizel, would try to spark his team to start the fourth, and he did. A 10-0 run to begin the quarter made it 48-48 with 4 minutes left. It would be 50-all with 4.4 seconds left, but no whistle on the final drive by Kobe Davis sent the game to OT. Christian Alexander and Luka Garza would trade baskets in overtime, and then the Jaguars would hold the basketball for the final shot, but Maret would force a turnover. With 1.1 seconds left, Travis Thiene's jumper rolls off, and we've got a double overtime start to slam dunk. More stall tactics for Appo in triple overtime led to an offensive foul against Cale and one final chance for Maret with 5.2 seconds in the length of the court to go. Travis Thiene's desperation jumper would not fall, and we head to a fourth overtime. The Jaguars would be up to their old tricks in quadruple overtime and hold the basketball until a miss at 12 seconds. And finally, Maret would get the basketball and the marathon would end. Trey Perry would make the tray for the win at the buzzer. Luka Garza would finish with 34 points, slam dunked the Beach's first 30-point game in its current 2-year span, and a victory. Maret wins 55-52 over Appoquinimink in a thriller to start the tournament off. Game number 2 on the day featured Bishop O'Connell out of Virginia and another from the home state of Delaware, Mount Pleasant. Raheem Burnett got the scoring started for Mount Pleasant. The senior leader on this top-ranked Delaware squad paced the Green Knights with a quick 7 points, but freshman sensation Sharif Kenny of Bishop O'Connell would score the final 6 points of the quarter to give the Knights a 12-11 lead after 1. It would stay close in the second as Richard Caldwell would take things into his own hands. His 9 points would lead Mount to a 21-19 halftime lead over Bishop. The second half would be all Knights as Bishop O'Connell would take over above the rim. First, senior Randall Gaskins with a baseline flush for the Knights. Worth another look. Gaskins would finish with 11 points on the day. Then it's ESPN's number 21 ranked center in the junior class, Nate Watson, getting a transition jam as part of a 7-2 third quarter run. It would be the 6'8 Watson again slamming Bishop O'Connell to a 38-30 lead after 3. Watson would end with a double-double of 13 points and 11 rebounds. Bishop would lead by as many as 12 in the fourth thanks to leading scorer Sharif Kenny. Remember where you saw him first. Just a 9th grader, the 6'4 guard would lead 3 Knights in double digits with 14 points, and O'Connell wins over Mount Pleasant 53-46. The final game of the first session featured a St. Raymond squad from the Bronx versus a Friendship Collegiate team from the nation's capital. FCA point guard Alani Moore has committed to play for Temple, and coaches Fran Dunphy and Aaron McKee were on hand to support the future Al. He wouldn't disappoint. A triple from outside got his scoring started, but St. Raymond would lead after 17-11. Recruiting eyes may have been locked on ESPN's number 19 ranked small forward in the junior class, Sidney Wilson, as well. The 6'7 junior led the Ravens with 13 points at the half, where they led 28-19. A 7-0 run by Friendship would get the second half started and get the Knights back in it, but Sidney Wilson was too much. The 6th-ranked player in the state of New York representing the South Bronx. A monster slam over Friendship's big man. The 6'7 junior would finish with 32 points, but also got it done on defense, swallowing up any and everything in the paint. Top 20 junior point guard Isaiah Washington would also score in double digits, and the Ravens close out the day's first session with a 72-62 victory over Friendship Academy. All the day's box scores can be found at SlamDunkToTheBeach.com, and you can stay up to the minute by following SlamDunk2Beach on Twitter.